Jonas Ritter arrived the next morning, hunched beneath a wool coat that looked older than he was. He carried no suitcase, only a leather satchel crammed with notebooks, maps, and a flask that smelled strongly of plum brandy. His face was lean and bird-like, eyes sharp and restless, as if constantly measuring the world against some invisible ledger of memory. Clara had not requested his presence. Captain Hovel had. "You'll want him," Hovel had grumbled when she questioned it. "Knows every tale this region's ever spat out. Knows the land, the people. Knows how to sort foolishness from fact." Clara wasn't convinced. Historians made poor detectives. But when Jonas entered the church, where they had established a base of operations, she felt a flicker of recognition. Not of the man himself, but of the type, someone who lived too long with ghosts. He bowed theatrically. "Detective Voss." "Captain. I see you've found the girl."
"Anya."
They had coaxed her name from her with patience and bread soaked in broth. She still hadn't spoken a full sentence, but her eyes tracked everything, unblinking. Now she sat curled beneath the altar like a stray cat, watching Jonas as though she knew him. "You've been here before?" Clara asked. "Once, long ago." Jonas's voice carried the cadence of a storyteller, rich and deliberate. "Drovnik is older than records, older than roads. This land remembers more than it tells." Clara folded her arms. "And what does it remember about an entire village vanishing overnight?" Jonas tilted his head.
"Ah,
"That has happened before." He spread his papers across the altar table, oblivious to Hovel's scowl. Old maps revealed shifting borders, names crossed out and rewritten. Faded accounts described strange disappearances, villages swallowed by mist, whole families who passed into the woods and did not return. "17th century," Jonas said, tapping a brittle parchment. "A hamlet called Valenka. 40 souls vanished. Survivors, if they can be called that, were found wandering 3 days later, half mad. They spoke of bells tolling from underground, of voices in the trees. None lived longer than a month afterward." Clara skimmed the script. The ink was faint but legible. "We are called, we are chosen, we are undone." "And this happened again?" she pressed. "Twice in the 19th century. Once more during the war. Always the same pattern. Sudden absence, no bodies, no tracks. The village becomes hollow, like a husk." Hovel swore under his breath. "Folklore." Jonas's smile was thin. "Folklore often grows from roots of truth, Captain, whether we like it or not." Clara leaned over the papers. "What did the story say caused it?" Jonas hesitated. His fingers traced the rim of his flask before he answered. "The bargain," he said finally. "According to legend, the founders of these villages made a pact with something beneath the mountain. They were granted fertile soil, protection from raiders, long seasons of harvest. In return, once every few generations, the land would reclaim its due." "The people," Clara said flatly. Jonas nodded. "The people." That night, Clara dreamed. She was walking through the village streets, except the houses leaned inward like watchful faces. Windows gaped as hollow eyes. She heard the toll of the bell, low, drawn out, vibrating in her bones. Each strike made the cobblestones ripple like water. Then she saw them, the villagers, not gone, but standing in doorways, in alleys, in windows. Their faces blurred, features melting, bodies wavering like candle flames. They opened their mouths in unison, and the sound was not human speech, but a roar of rushing wind. When Clara woke, her nails had drawn blood into her palms. The next morning brought a grim discovery. Hovel's men had been sent to sweep the forest edge. Only 3 returned. They carried with them a bundle of tattered clothing, the uniform of their missing comrade. Inside the fabric was no body, no bones. Only a fine gray ash that sifted through their fingers and scattered in the breeze. The survivor whispered, "We heard the bell, Captain. We thought it was from the church, but it came from the woods, from beneath." Clara's gaze drifted to the girl, Anya, sitting in the shadows, knees to chest. Her lips were moving again, soundless. Clara stepped closer and strained to read them. This time she caught it. One word, repeated again and again like a prayer. Stay. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you won't miss the next episode of this mystery.